Bucs mandatory minicamp starts tomorrow. So, what are you most excited about heading into Bucs minicamp 2026? For me, that's what we're going to be talking about on today's show. I got 5 things I'm looking for, but you let me know down in the comments section what you're thinking. You're watching Bucs Breakdown presented by PrizePicks. Make sure to use that code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you use your first $5 lineup. Coming up on today's show, the top 5 things I'm looking for the Bucs going into mandatory minicamp, right? This is an interesting offseason, right? Number 15 overall pick, you get Rueben Bain Jr., you lose Lavonte David and Mike Evans. It's an interesting mandatory minicamp. So, what are the top 5 things that we want to see tomorrow? First off, I talked about him first. I want more Rueben Bain Jr. Whatever it is, I just want to see him doing more drills, more formations, more defensive schemes. I just want to see what our number 15 overall pick can do out on the field. I just want a little bit more of an example, right? All eyes are going to be on the steal of the draft, and for good reason. This defense needs to be better, and I want to see more of Rueben Bain. Because, I mean, he is the number one round 1 pick that is supposed to change this defense. And I think he can, but I want to see him more in not just, bending around the pads or whatever and using the sled, which is fantastic and he's insane, but I need more and I want more. So if you want more of Rueben Bain Jr., by the way, we still have our Tampa Bain shirts on sale right now, chatsports.com/Bain. If you haven't gotten already, please go ahead and do so. Helps the channel, helps me, and helps you get some fantastic off-season merch and honestly for the season as well. You can't get this anywhere else. It's not on eBay, not on Amazon. So if you love Rueben Bain, you're excited for him in 2026, get your merch right now, chatsports.com/Bain. Okay, let's get back into what I'm talking about, right? Because this linebacker room looks severely different than last year. Rueben Bain, obviously on the outside. Captain Yaya Diaby going to be on the other side. Alex Anzalone comes in. And then Josiah Trotter, a rookie as well. So you got 2 rookie starters, most likely, right? This is if Savracier Dennis is not starting. So Rueben Bain, though, I'm excited to see what he can do. Like I said before, this is unreal, the way he was moving in rookie minicamp. And I want more of it. I need more of it. And it's not even like, things to look out for. I just want to watch it because I'm tired of watching Rueben Bain highlights in rookie minicamp and at Miami. I want to see some more of him doing some really athletic stuff and get me excited for our defense in 2026. Because if you guys are watching these videos on Twitter, he's so powerful and I need more. So that's what I'm looking for, right? But think something that I'm looking for in terms of, what we really are different in toward or compared to like last year and what I'm not worried about, but something that I got to look at is that new wide receiver dynamic, right? And I'll talk more about that coming up, but I got to give a huge shout out to our sponsor, and that is SeatGeek. You've heard about SeatGeek before. They are back. If you guys are looking to get tickets to a Bucs game or to a World Cup game, we have a deal for you. Make sure to use our promo code CHAT10. Get 10% off your tickets on SeatGeek. Now, today's show is made possible by SeatGeek, and when it's time to get out of the house, there's not many better options right now than a ball game. Use code CHAT10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets. Even though the NBA and NHL playoffs are over, MLB is in full swing, and we got World Cup, baby. If you're trying to go make a trip out to SoFi Stadium to go and watch the USA team play, this is a great way to do so. SeatGeek we can hook you up with SeatGeek. Chat 10 for 10% off your tickets if you want to go watch the USA play soccer. I mean, it's only 4 years, right? So if you're trying to go, SeatGeek has you covered. But whether it's a baseball game or a World Cup game or with your significant other at a Noah Khan concert, SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good. Obviously, red means bad. And of course, like I said before, we have a code for you. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Just click the link in description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you so much to SeatGeek. If you're trying to go to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game as well, they've got you covered. I guess we got a couple months until then. But, hey, SeatGeek has your back. All right, first time in 12 seasons that we do not have Mike Evans. So if you take advantage of our deal with SeatGeek, and you go to a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, it's the first time in 12 seasons you will not see number 13 Mike Evans out on the field. And last year, he was not as, not important, but as oh my God, it's Monday, guys. I'm sorry. I'm totally blanking on this word, but like integral part, I guess, in the offense, right? He was out for a majority of the season. Half the game, or more than half the games, he was out with injury. So when you look at who stepped up, Sterling Shepard stepped up in an interesting way. Chris Godwin was out with – you see all the games played. He only played 9 games for Chris Godwin. And Emeka played all 17 games, and he had 938 yards, almost 1,000. But he was moved around a bunch in this depth chart, right? Because it's a lot weirder without – Mike Evans. And obviously you got Ted Hurst, but he's a rookie. He's not going to be a Mike Evans replacement. But I'm really interested to see what this wide receiver dynamic looks like out on the field and just more examples of what are you going to do without that big X receiver target like Mike Evans. And how is Emeka going to be? Is he going to take those wide receiver 1 reps rather than Chris Godwin being maybe the backup or just staying in the slot? Jalen McMillan as well. So that's what I'm looking for. And I'm also looking for somebody to step up in this wide receiver room. I know Chris Godwin, he's a veteran leader, and I've talked about it before, how he's sort of stepping into that veteran leader role. But who's going to step up in terms of that production, right? That chemistry. I'm just, for the first time in 12 seasons, we don't have 13. So, and I don't want to talk about him too much because he's not on our team anymore, but he was a huge part of our offense in the last decade. So who's going to step up and be that wide receiver that can help Baker Mayfield have another great season? So you let me know down in the comment section who that is going to be. Now, secondary battles is something I am 100% looking for. I guess secondary battles and just the secondary in general. Who's going to be out there in nickel? Who's going to be on the outside? I know we got Zion McCollum as our CB1, but is Benjamin Morrison going to be healthy during mandatory minicamp, right? Because Bowles said he is nicked up with a leg injury right now. And I talked about it on my last video. I really hope this doesn't become a thing, but if we take a look back at that secondary depth chart, Producer Chip, I just want to point out, I do have Jacob Parrish in the nickel, right? And Keionte Scott, I have him under free safety, but I do want to see what Keionte Scott could do, and I think mandatory minicamp is a great way to do that because Jacob Parrish is right in the nickel right now, but with Benjamin Morrison being nicked up, Jacob Parrish might be pushed to the outside, and then a guy like Keionte Scott could go into that nickel position. So a question to monitor is how much playing time will Scott get? One, in just the 2026 season, but also is he going to be running with the 1s? Is he going to be running with the 2s? Like, where is he going to be on the field? Because he did have that injury and that surgery in the offseason. He's good to go, though. So where is he going to be? What type of defenses are they going to be running when you have Scott and when BMO is out? So, like, that's a question to monitor for sure. How much are we going to put on Keionte Scott's shoulders? As well as Jacob Parrish, because if we want to move Keionte Scott to that nickel and put Jacob Parrish to the outside, he only had 127 snaps last year on the outside. And that's not like terrible, but compared to his 496 in the slot playing that nickel position, as well as 119 in the box, like, yeah, an overall PFF grade of 68.5. Everyone watching this video right now is going to agree with me. Jacob Parrish had a great 2025 season, right? And I'd rather have him in the nickel than a unknown rookie in Keionte Scott. Now, Keionte Scott's a great player, and I'm excited what he can do in 2026, but I'd rather have a known commodity in that nickel position with Jacob Parrish rather than sort of rolling the dice on Keionte Scott, especially like when Benjamin Morrison, if he's healthy, I like him on the outside, and you have Jacob Parrish in the nickel, and then have sort of a swing around with Keionte Scott, depending on what type of defenses they like to run. So that is something to monitor for sure with the secondary battles. And my fourth thing that I am looking for in mandatory minicamp for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tomorrow is Bucky Irving, right? He came back to practice for OTAs, the last day of OTAs, and he was out there taking reps and doing drills and taking handoffs from Baker Mayfield. We have to see how much he is involved, right? Because he's coming off that shoulder surgery. Now, the timetable, it was supposed to be like, in the summer. I guess he's way ahead because I don't think he was supposed to be ready for OTAs, right? And then now he's going to be back at mandatory minicamp. I think he's a little bit ahead of schedule, but how much are they going to push him, right? Because this running back depth chart with Bucky Irving is good. Like I think this is a top tier, not top tier, is better than average, right? Bucky Irving, as long as he stays healthy and he comes back to that 2024 year, and Kenny Gainwell coming back off his best year in Pittsburgh, and Sean Tucker being that red zone third down type of guy, I think Bucky's going to have a great 2026 season. As long as he stays healthy. That injury bug loves buzzing and flying around. Bucky Irving, as long as he is healthy, I think he's going to thrive in this new offense, which we'll get to in a second. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because there's a lot of people split with Bucky Irving right now. I was talking to one of our coworkers, and he was saying he's not a Bucky guy because he just can't stay healthy and he doesn't trust him. And I'm like, yeah, but that 2024 season, he was so good. Now, I want to get to the last thing that I'm looking for in mandatory minicamp tomorrow, but I want to give another shout out to our second sponsor of today's video, making this show absolutely free. That is Prize Picks. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks app, as well as mine since 2022. The basketball and hockey seasons are over, but baseball is still hot, so get your lineups in over at Prize Picks. How do you make a lineup, you say? Just pick more or less on a few player stats, lock in your lineup. With the new social feeds feature, you can follow me on the app, at @ReedBarkus, to check out my profile and lineups I submitted. And if you looked on the social feeds feature, you would have seen this lineup that I had for the Knicks versus the Spurs on Saturday. And I was watching that game very intently, and I decided to take advantage of the feature that Prize Picks has of being able to cash out. Now, I was watching Josh Hart, and he hit a 3, and Prize Picks gave me an opportunity to cash out at $254 because Josh Hart had 9 points. So if he got one more point, my entry would have been done. So I took advantage, and I won $254 on Saturday. And look at that. If you see right in the middle of your screen, Josh Hart, he did get more than those 9 points. So I was able to make $254. Unfortunately, my best friend, producer Jake Chipper, he had the exact same lineup because he copied my lineup on the social feeds feature. And I made $254, and he unfortunately tried to get the entire lineup in, and he did not cash out and did not make any money. So we can all say boo to Jake. All right, if you're a new user, by the way, and you're like, I don't know how to do this, PrizePicks has an offer for you. Download the PrizePicks app today with the link in the comments and description, and use code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. Don't miss this deal. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Okay, back to the video. The brand new Buccaneers offense with brand new offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. That is something that I'm really, really interested to see what it looks like, right? Because last year, I was not impressed, right? But the thing that I'm looking for is, what is this offense going to look like with a guy who Baker Mayfield signed off on to become the offensive coordinator? He agreed. He was like, I'm good with this. And he has worked with him back when Baker was with the Rams. That was when Zach Robinson was with the Rams as well. He's the pass game coordinator and QB's coach, so he obviously worked with Baker Mayfield. A lot of the Sean McVay offense, a lot of the Liam Cohen offense, like 2024. And what we realized from Pewter Report was the pistol offense, it's not as involved as we were previously known with the Atlanta Falcons with him. So he said, without revealing too much and getting into specifics, I am allowed to tell you that I haven't seen any pistol formation, which Robinson ran a bunch in Atlanta, as Pewter Report has reported often this season. The Falcons had to run pistol because of the mobility issues that rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. had with his previous knee injuries, and that veteran QB Kirk Cousins had coming off an Achilles injury at age 36 in the 2024 season. So they go on to say that, Baker Mayfield can work under center, can work under shotgun, and that's true. I think he has a lot more to work with. That is Zach Robinson. He has a lot more to work with Baker Mayfield than with Michael Penix or Kirk Cousins. So if you talk about the 2024 season that I think this offense is going to resemble a little bit more in 2026, it is the best season that Baker Mayfield has had, right? 4,500 yards, 44 total touchdowns, only 16 interceptions, and his highest completion percentage of his career. And I think right now we have better weapons than the Falcons. That is just, I just think that's true. It's not like crazy, like it's close, but I think Bijan Robinson is the second best, maybe the best running back in the NFL. And Drake London, they just paid him a lot of money. He's a great wide receiver. I think Emeka Buka could be better than him this year, and combined with Chris Godwin, it's Drake London and who? Kyle Pitts? I don't know. I think Zach Robinson has a plethora of people and players to use that better suits his offense rather than the weapons he had in Atlanta. So I think this offense is going to be a lot different, but that is something that I'm looking for. Can it look different, right? Because we saw the Atlanta Falcons last year. Obviously, they love to beat us with their offense, but we saw what that offense looked like with the pistol, and you could kind of guess what they were going to run, but I want that not to look like the Bucs 2026 offense, and I'm hoping that it doesn't, but mandatory minicamp, we'll be able to see if that offense looks a little different, right? So that is the number one thing that I'm looking for in Bucs 2026 mandatory minicamp. But we got the offseason. It is the offseason, obviously, mandatory minicamp and then training camp, and then we start the season. So if you guys are looking for a channel that'll give you some good Bucs content all offseason long, stay up to date with what's going on, training camp and everything like that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join over 2,500 loyal, fun, handsome, pretty, and awesome Bucs fans. 2,572 of you. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching to the end of the video, we got to be doing something right. And you've been listening to my voice for this long, you might as well join the channel. And as always, fire the cannons.